This is a review of the Pyle Astro PTBL102BCD. This is a 10.1-inch Android dual-core tablet with 3D graphics and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I want to point out as I do this review that I own 11 different types of tablets, different styles, different brands, different sizes. I own 3 iPads, I own 2 Kindle Fires. I have a Samsung 8-inch tab here, it's a Tab 4. So I want to give you a comparison of these in size. This is about the size, a little bit smaller than an Apple iPad Air in the screen size, but it's much larger than the Tab and it's much larger than the Kindle. In addition to that, I'm going to go through some of the specs and talk about the differences because I'm very familiar with all these different 11 tablets. Inside the box, you'll find a user manual, which is kind of unusual. Sometimes you get a tablet like a Kindle, you don't even have a manual in there. You also find the warranty policy statement. You can also register the product with this. You'll also find a charging cable that has a USB plug on one end and a round pin plug on the other. This charging cable is 32.5 inches long. You'll also find a wall charger that plugs in, and it has a USB adapter on the end of it. It's also rated to operate at 100 to 240 volts AC and 50 to 60 hertz. It outputs 5 volts DC at 2 amps. An on-the-go cable. This on-the-go cable allows you to plug in USB memory sticks into the female USB adapter and plug the micro USB into the base and expand the memory even further. And then up here you have a cable that is a micro USB cable to a USB cable that's 32 inches long. That's to connect the device to your computer. And this one down here I failed to mention is 6 inches long. You'll also find the tablet itself, which is quite nice with a nice display screen, and actually it works very well. This tablet has been updated from what the specs on Amazon state. It actually uses Jelly Bean 4.2.2, which is a more advanced operating system. I'm familiar with that with some other tablets I have. It's a good operating system. At the bottom of the tablet, you'll find the controls that you need to become familiar with. This slot here is a micro SD card adapter. You can plug in a 32 gigabyte adapter into it and expand the memory. I've already plugged in a SanDisk 32 gig. I used a class 10 chip. So that you'll see the DC input where you charge the device with. That's where the power cable goes in. Here you have a microphone that picks up your voice. It also picks up sounds when you're doing videos. Here you have a reset button that you can press to reset the tablet in case it does lock up. A micro USB port where you can plug it into your computer, or you can plug it in and also plug in a USB memory source and expand the memory capability to transfer files or store things on. And here you have a mini HDMI port to output high-resolution pictures. This is your earplug jack, and then here you have the power off-on switch. On the side here you'll find a small button that will allow you to go back. It's a return button. And then here you have the volume up and down control. Back here I want to point out the speakers and also the rear-facing camera, which is a 3 megapixel camera. I also want to point out that all the ports that I showed on the side and the bottom are all clearly marked into the case. So far this is an excellent tablet. I like it a lot, but I do want to point out my only really minor complaint is that the back is extremely smooth plastic. I've got several different tablets. A lot of them have gone to a textured plastic, which makes it easier to grip and hold on to, and not so much of a fingerprint magnet. See the main home screen? If I touch this button here, I can go to where all the apps are, or the widgets, and you can see there's a couple pages of those. I've already downloaded some Wi-Fi analyzers and some tools that I use all the time. And just to make a point to you, if you program this to accept apps from unknown sources, you can actually connect it to Amazon and download all your Kindle books and all your Kindle apps to this same device, as well as use the Google Store. So you get the best of both worlds. See, I've touched the storage, and by doing that, I can look at the different storage in there. I can look at the flash memory that's inside of it, which is 1 gigabyte. I can also look at the 8 gigabytes of internal memory. And you can see here on the SD card, I plugged in a 32 gig card, and now it says that it's available. So now this device basically has 41 gigabytes of storage on it. I'll show here that I have the on-to-go cable, which came with the device. I have a 64 gig memory stick in there, and I can take this and plug it into the device and expand the memory very quickly. You can see I'm going to plug in this USB memory, and instantly USB storage popped up. As if I scroll up, I just added 64 gigabytes of memory to the tablet. That allows you to transfer files back and forth, store videos, music, whatever onto this, and transfer them to the tablet. It's a very nice feature, and you saw how quickly it worked. I was surprised it took a 64 gig card. It worked perfectly. I also plugged in a 128 gig card, but it did not work. I want to point out that there is a camera function that comes with it. There are two cameras. There's a front-facing camera up here that's 0.3 megapixel and a rear-facing camera that's 2 megapixel. They work pretty good. I was surprised at the quality of the pictures. This is a picture taken with the front-facing camera of a flower in a Florida room. It's a little bit bright because the room is extremely sunny right now, and so it darkened the picture a little bit, but you can see it's quite clear and worked very well. Here's a video I took shooting through a door to the outside, and I talk so you can hear my voice and see how the mic works.
Here you can see I'm shooting through a door, and I've got the microphone on to record my voice so that you see that it works.
And then here I've taken a picture outside with the camera, and you can see you can zoom into the picture and crop it and do whatever you want to with it. And if you touch up here in the right hand corner, you got all the controls to do cropping, editing, rotation of all your photographs. This tablet works very well in browsing the internet. You can see here I just went to CNN. This is the US news. If I touch here, I can go to the world news. And it's loading a lot of graphics and doing this pretty quickly. I can go to the tech news. Here you can see the tech news. So it works very well. It's good for a browser. It also works equally fast and equally well using the email program. So it's a nice tablet for using for browsing, for graphics, for colors, and also for playing videos. I know there's a lot of talk about the quality of resolution of screens and things like this. It has a resolution on the screen of 1024 by 600 pixels. And some people are going to say that's not enough. Here's a video that came on the tablet. It's a preview of a movie from Walt Disney. And I just want to show how good this looks and sounds. I got to tell you, that's a pretty good picture. And you know, you can pay a lot more money for a tablet to get a better screen, but this is pretty doggone good. And this tablet costs about $110. So based upon that, I really think that this is a great buy. I like this tablet a lot. It has a good operating system. It's fast. It transfers data to the SD cards very quickly. I do recommend you get a Class 10 card to put in it. It's worked fine for me. It connected to the internet quickly. You can browse the internet. You can get your emails. You can download Google apps and Android apps and also your Amazon apps onto it. I rate this tablet at 5 stars. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review if I gave one.